Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I am drinking my blue drink right now. So let's get going. Look at this from Monerex, who is building on the XRP ledger, is my understanding. Viva Las Vegas. Monerex is proud to sponsor XRP Las Vegas 2025, largest XRP conference in the world. Join us May 30th, 31st. Our CEO, Mark Otto, takes stage to discuss role of shaping fintech innovation in Mexico, how we are leveraging the XRP ledger to revolutionize financial infrastructure, and our vision of for the future of global payments and financial inclusion. Monerex team will also be there, ready to connect and engage with the community. See you in Las Vegas. Yes, we'll see you there. Brad Garlinghouse, Mark Otto from Monerex, Simon McLaughlin, CEO of Uphold, Austin King, co-founder Omni. They're all going to be there. Now, if you want to go check out, you can go to xrplasvegas.com. Go down in the description of my video. Click the join button. You can join the group. Today we're going to talk about stuff we can't talk about out here. You know, that guy from the island and some of the crypto stuff around it. Dun, dun, dun. XRP, look at this. This is so classic. XRP's at $2.63. The market is basically down, and Matt Hogan, who's also going to be at XRP Las Vegas, nails it. The SEC dropped its lawsuit against Coinbase, and the market is still fearful. These days are a gift for long-term investors. You got that right. I am sitting here ready with my finger on the trigger, just waiting. Please go down. I dare you, crypto market. I'm ready, but I'm not going to do it yet. Charles Hoskinson is talking about the bigger picture here, folks. This is just one of the many things that's coming.
It's not going to get fully resolved until the phone's integrated. And the phones will not integrate it at a foundational level until regulation is positive. You know, it's very easy for Google and it's very easy for Samsung and Apple to flip a switch, put cryptocurrency wallets into phones, use one-click biometrics. They already have all the stuff with your Apple ID and these other things. And they already have your Face ID and these things. Super easy for them to do a soft KYC. And then you wake up, you have 1 billion people onboarded overnight with these types of systems. And the cryptocurrency wallets, they already experimented with it. Samsung put it into their phones via Knox. And every phone now has a trusted hardware module. So many people don't know this, but your cell phones actually are as good as ledgers and Trezors. They have these capabilities built in through ARM Trust Zone. Or the equivalent security co-processors that are there. They've just been waiting. And I know they're waiting because I know these companies. I've talked to them. And they say, look, we have a whole cryptocurrency strategy. If and when it gets legalized and the government gets our back, we'll just push a button and boom, there'll be the Google cryptocurrency wallet. And it's a standard part of Android. And boom, there's the Apple cryptocurrency wallet. And it's a standard part of the iPhone. And to spend, you just look at your phone and tap just like you do with Google Pay and Apple Pay and these types of things. They already have the licenses for it and everything. It was the regulation that prevented the mass consumerization. We had to build around that.
Folks, stablecoin legislation first, then infrastructure legislation. I can't spell this out. My son is too old to draw pictures for you now. If you still don't get it, the real money is to be made before the legislations by people who saw this all coming. And if you still haven't seen it, I don't know what to say to you. The Bitcoin maxis, poor things, they're out. These guys still can't read the room. They think it's only going to be Bitcoin in this world we're going into. It's official. I'm selling all of my ETH, Sol, and XRP for Bitcoin. After lots of thought, I've decided, not enough thought, I've decided there's no future in altcoins. Bitcoin is king and there's no second best. I said, it's official. There's another half-wit. And here's another. Pierre Richard, this is the guy that was bashing Ripple and XRP a few weeks ago. Trump should convert all, this is how delusional these weirdos are. I mean, it's so hard to fathom. It really is. Pierre Richard, Trump should convert all gold at Fort Knox into jewelry collection, sell it at a big premium, and put the proceeds in the strategic Bitcoin reserve. Folks, this is so unhinged. I don't even know what to say. But what I do know is that when I retweeted it and talked about his delusion, he finally, well, no, he's unblocked me. He blocked me for a second there. I guess his ego just made him unblock me again because he wanted to respond. Look, that would be nice to convert the last 2 or 3 tons of gold that is still available in Fort Knox into jewelry. Yeah, whatever's actually there might not be a lot. Okay, no, he wasn't responding to me. Maybe he did now. No, I'm surprised. This guy had I checked, he had blocked me, and now he unblocked me. I guess he just wants to see what his enemies are saying about how stupid he is. God, it's unbelievable. Here, this is for Pierre Richard, whatever his name is.
So 15 years ago.
Who do you hear while you hear this explanation, by the way? What's the one company that could possibly be described? Actually, 2, Ripple and Stellar.
It was that we had the first Bitcoin transaction in 2009. At that time, the paper that launched Bitcoin said the goal was a peer-to-peer version of electronic cash, so people could send money directly to one another without financial intermediaries. Okay, so we'll eventually call that real-time gross settlement. It means you just send one payment from one person to another without anyone in the middle. So that was the dream 15 years ago. If we look forward to what's happened today, look back now from 2024 over the past 15 years, payment systems have actually greatly improved. When I mean greatly improved, I'll talk about in terms of speed, convenience. Convenience is mobile phone because now so many payments are on the phone, and access, that people who don't have any access to the financial system or didn't now do. So payment systems have greatly improved, but it's with fintech and without blockchain. The only successful blockchain sortie there's been, sortie I mean a very small attack.
The only successful blockchain sortie, what could he be talking about?
If you like. The only successful blockchain there's been in large-scale payment systems has been in cross-border payments.
Oh, who in the world could that be? Then we've got this. Coinbase case has been dropped by the SEC.
Brian here from Coinbase. Well, today's a really good day because we just heard from the SEC staff that they're planning to withdraw their litigation against Coinbase. Now, this still needs to be approved by the SEC commissioners, but we're hoping that happens next week. And if this goes through, it's a really big deal, not just for us, but for the whole crypto industry, the 50 million Americans who hold crypto, and I think for the rest of the world, because this is an important signal about where things are going. Now, ultimately, we still need to get legislation for crypto passed in America to codify some of these rules and make sure the industry can get built on shore. But if this goes through, it's still a very important legal precedent that rights a wrong that was taking place over the last few years, where the SEC unlawfully, in my view, decided to attack or even try to kill the entire crypto industry by suing lots of different companies, including us, claiming that many of these crypto assets were securities. Now, they did this despite there not being any law indicating that that was the case. They didn't publish any clear rules to the industry, and in our situation, they actually had allowed us to become a public company just a few years prior, where they looked at everything we were doing and our listing standards, and they got comfortable enough to allow us to become a public company. So we should not forget how close we came here to a few bad actors in the government actually going off and trying to kill this industry. I remember in 2023, a lot of people were advising me on this, and they were saying, do not engage in litigation with the SEC. It's going to cost you tens of millions of dollars.
I love how he's presenting this like he was this rebel. No. The XRP Army and Ripple are the ones that set the stage for fighting. It wasn't Brian Armstrong and it wasn't Coinbase. It's very insulting to me that they are dismissing this one first. There's no question in the world who was persecuted worse than anybody in crypto. That's Ripple and the XRP retail people.
It's going to put downward pressure on your stock price. It's going to spook public market investors. And, number three, the SEC might fight dirty and pressure other companies not to work with you, which unfortunately did happen in a couple cases. But I think the thing that ultimately gave me the courage to do it was Ripple and the XRP Army. That's the truth. Number one, I knew that we were right on the facts and on the law. Number two, if we didn't stand up to this bullying, it might have been the end of the crypto industry in America, because not
so you're the hero.
as many other companies had deep pockets like we did. And ultimately, we had to spend about $50 million defending this case. And number three, we needed to stand up for our customers' rights. They weren't doing anything wrong, and they wanted to.
Number one should have been, well, we saw Ripple and the XRP army stand up and fight for over, 2 or 3 years? And then we were targeted. We thought it was just going to be them, and we were happy about that. But then we realized we were going to be targeted. And so, but we were inspired by the way they fought, and we saw the model for how you could win.
To use this technology, this is America. I wasn't going to let some activist, regulator come through and try to make up new laws that didn't exist and take away our customers' rights. So I'm really proud of where this case landed. I hope it creates a domino effect in other cases that the rest of the industry is experiencing. And we're never going to stop fighting for crypto and freedom. Thanks.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. And then I watched Squawk Box interviewing him, and I said, another miracle out of Andrew Ross Sorkin and CNBC and Squawk Box. He covers the SEC dropping the Coinbase case without even mentioning the importance of the Ripple case, still doing the bidding of his handlers. I'm not even going to make you sit through that garbage. And then Paul Graywall, from the CLO of Coinbase, he tweeted about them being out of the case. And I said, congrats, but Ripple should have been first. Nobody was persecuted more than XRP holders. Nobody. Then after the Coinbase announcement came out, Michael Arrington, who is Brad Garlinghouse's best friend, tweets this out: more good news is coming. And I said, if the Ripple case is dropped today, it's margarita night. Maybe 2 margarita night. I used to be able to do 3. I don't think I can do that anymore. And then Ashley Prosper weighed in. I expect there will have to be a settlement in the Ripple case, considering Ripple has a cross appeal. IPO approval, amongst other things, should be a part of that deal. I like the sound of that. Meta Lawman, victory is at hand. Coinbase just announced the SEC staff has agreed to dismiss the case. I would expect more dismissals to follow. When the history is written of this crypto era, those who will be remembered are the ones who never surrendered. Well played, gentlemen. We never surrendered more than anybody. Jeremy Hogan says the Coinbase case was dismissed with prejudice, meaning it cannot be refiled later, not even a settlement agreement with some minor concessions. I guess this SEC is not waiting for Atkins to be confirmed before making big crypto moves. Ripple. I like the sound of that. Eleanor Terrett says, most of the legal folks I've spoken with were of the opinion the SEC would try to favorably settle cases with crypto firms instead of outright dismissing, as a way of justifying spending millions of taxpayer dollars and saving a little bit of face. Mark Uyeda and Kester Pierce really told Coinbase, sorry for the inconvenience, you're free to go. As we say in the UK, a real kick in the teeth to Gensler and the Biden SEC's regulation by enforcement regime. I think it's a real kick in the teeth, once again, to Ripple and to the XRP army. There's no scenario, and don't give me, there's certain dates that are different and need to be looked at. No. Under Trump, anything can happen. They could get rid of the Ripple case first. There's a million different ways to cut this cake, and they could have done it, and they didn't do it. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Here she is again, new on Ripple, as whoever that is notes. It's more procedurally complex than Coinbase because they already have an order from Judge Torres so what? I don't give a crap about all this. That's one phone call. If you're the Trump administration, one phone call, they can sort all of this stuff out. I don't care what all the ins and outs are. We're in a new paradigm now. They know that bad guys put all this in motion, and they can shut it down just like that. So let's do it. The VC pump gang will now go full SUI. ETHgate gets exposed, and they move to Solana. Remember, there's a reason that the VC pump gang keeps on promoting these things, that you can build all the meme coins and all the token, most of which end up being scams. There's a reason that that's where their focus is. All these guys in the VC pump gang, the usual characters, the same people that were promoting Ethereum and then switched to Solana once ETHgate was exposed. And then Sui is their chosen next platform. You can see it a mile away. They know that they can create all kinds of pump and dumps where they get allocations ahead of public having access to it. This is so predictable, so easy to see. Now, I think that's where I'm going to finish here. In DAIXRP.com, by the way, you can go at the bottom of this video, you can click the join button to join through YouTube, or you can drop that down the description and you can join through DAIXRP.com to do the Patreon version, but it's all the same stuff. Extended video more video content, and it's also no ads over the videos, so go check it out. Now, so that's what we're going to do. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. By the way, what we're going to talk about in DAIXRP.com is, look, all of this crypto rabbit hole, make no mistake, all this stuff that's been offshore, make no mistake, that stuff gets tangled all up with many of the things that are now being exposed on the deep state. I'm not going to talk about them out here, but I'll talk about them in there. That's one of the things I love about the group. I can talk about anything in there. I'm a digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Here we go.